Hello and welcome to video 3 in this health series. On this episode, we'll discuss negative thinking and the emotional roadblocks that keep us from realizing our full potential. I've provided a handout that you can download and complete for future reference. A few key points about emotions. Behind every behavior is an emotion. Our present pain is rarely from the present situation. Our emotions reveal what we truly believe. What you feel can be completely different from what you logically believe. Negative emotions rob us of our inner peace. Some common expressions include fear, anger, guilt, shame, anxiety, self-loathing, bitterness, resentment, and jealousy. This unrest results in behaviors that are intended to silence the negative feelings. Time does not heal emotional wounds. It's truth that brings freedom. Prior to my work as an emotional wellness facilitator, I spent some time processing my own toxic thinking and received help in resolving the roadblocks that held my wrong beliefs in place. Prior to that time, I didn't give my thoughts much thought. Like most people, I made sure I had plenty of distractions in my life so I didn't have to think about anything that felt unpleasant. Until I took the time to explore my thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, I was completely unaware that I had deep feelings of loneliness and abandonment that were keeping me stuck in a cycle of fear and insecurity. As these lies were dismantled and replaced with truth and peace, I discovered a purpose for my life that was beyond my own selfish desires, and I was willing, for the first time in my life, to take a risk and move in the direction of that purpose. During the past 13 years, it's been my privilege to work with others to help them discover the mindsets that are not serving them well. Those who are willing can experience emotional and spiritual transformation on a profound level. Toxic emotions will still show up in my daily life, and I don't want to give the impression that I've mastered my thinking, but I have seen firsthand how we can be set free from our limiting beliefs. Transformation is an ongoing process, and it takes place as each unsettling belief is examined and challenged. I'll be sharing more details about this process in my upcoming workshop. So what contributes to emotional imbalance? Genetic predisposition can have an influence for sure, but the good news is that your DNA does not have to be your destiny. Science has proven that you can create new neural pathways in your brain as you change what you believe and focus on. Our belief system is also a major contributor to our emotional state. We all have wrong beliefs, and some of these beliefs are working against our most important life goals. Oftentimes, false beliefs are accepted during vulnerable events in our lives and are based on our interpretation of those events, not the events themselves. Dehydration can cause cognitive dysfunction. I witnessed this firsthand years ago when my mother-in-law was having what appeared to be a stroke. Her speech was slurred and she was confused and disoriented. When the paramedics arrived and examined her, they said she was simply dehydrated. Once she was given an IV to correct the dehydration, she immediately returned to her normal self. Drugs and alcohol can negatively alter the emotional state. SSRIs, for example, will raise serotonin levels but suppress dopamine, which is associated with romantic love and positive mood. Low levels of serotonin contribute to depression, anxiety, sleep disturbances, emotional volatility, alcohol and drug abuse, and suicide. Pesticides can negatively impact mood. Multiple studies have shown evidence of pesticide-induced neurodegenerative and behavioral disorders. Organophosphates, a commonly used pesticide, have been shown to act directly on the nervous system, causing anxiety, depression, and cognitive impairments. Glyphosates, the active ingredient in Monsanto's Roundup, are the most widely used herbicide on food crops in the world. They've been shown to cause a deficiency in minerals which are critical for brain function and mood regulation. Mold is another contributor. Researchers in the UK and at Brown University found a solid association between depression and living in a damp, moldy home. Foods can also contribute in a negative or positive way to our emotional state. Here are some toxic contributors. There are many studies supporting the gluten-mood connection in anxiety, social phobia, depression, and schizophrenia. 60 years of research links gluten grains to schizophrenia, and removing gluten from the diet often results in the disappearance of psychiatric symptoms. Genetically modified foods can significantly alter gut flora, leading to increased pathogens and decreased beneficial bacteria, which is essential for mental health. Sugar suppresses production of a key growth hormone called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, also known as BDNF, which are critically low in those with depression and schizophrenia. Sugar also depletes B vitamins, zinc, magnesium, and can cause fatigue, moodiness, nervousness, and depression. Artificial ingredients. Both depression and panic attacks are known potential side effects of aspartame consumption. Other additives, such as artificial colorings, are also known to impact mood. So what foods enhance positive mood? Organic, non-GMO, alkaline, low glycemic index foods are best. Some others include dark chocolate, which has chemicals to enhance mood and temporarily block pain and depression. Protein provides energy, balances blood sugar levels, and keeps mood steady. Bananas contain dopamine, B vitamins, and magnesium, all associated with positive mood. Coffee, consumed in moderation, can contribute to a general sense of well-being. It triggers the release of BDNF, which has an antidepressant effect and improves brain health. Turmeric contains curcumin, which has neuroprotective properties that may enhance mood and help with depression. Purple berries have antioxidants that aid the brain in the production of dopamine, a chemical that is critical to memory and mood. Omega-3 fats have been shown to work just as well as antidepressants in preventing depression, but without the side effects. Theanine, which is found in green tea, promotes mental clarity and has a calming effect. Studies show that L-theanine reduces psychological and physiological stress responses and that it increases serotonin, dopamine, and GABA levels. There are wonderful herbs that provide emotional support. Preliminary evidence suggests that ginkgo might be effective in relieving anxiety disorders such as social phobia or panic attacks. Gotu kola has been used as a remedy for anxiety, depression, psychiatric disorders, and Alzheimer's disease. Evidence indicates that it may help with social anxiety and obsessive-compulsive disorder. St. John's wort has been proven in scientific studies to mimic the effects of antidepressant drugs. Kava kava, which has been used medicinally for centuries, contains kavalactones that appear to alter dopamine and serotonin, which promote a happy mood and feelings of pleasure. Rhodiola alters levels of dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin in the brain and has an impressive track record for reducing mild to moderate depression and significantly improving symptoms of generalized anxiety disorder. Additional herbs that support positive mood are included on the handout. Some key nutrients that affect mood. Glutamine creates a calming effect. Serotonin calms anxiety, worry, and ruminating thoughts. GABA creates physical relaxation and calm. Low levels of GABA have been associated with insomnia, depression, anxiety, ADHD, and panic attacks. See the handout for food sources of these key nutrients. What not to do when negative emotions surface. Don't suppress or deny the feelings. Instead, allow some space where you can feel the emotion fully and identify the belief that's driving it. Don't dismiss feelings based on logic. What we logically believe can be very different than our core belief. Don't rely on temporary fixes such as drugs, alcohol, food, unhealthy relationships, and destructive lifestyles, which only mask the bad feelings. Even positive contributions can be a diversion. Don't make important decisions when you're in an emotional state. Don't rely on others changing in order for you to be happy. And don't take this journey alone. Isolation can be such a trap. Stressing alone increases the toxicity of the thought. Sharing with someone actually diffuses the power of the emotion. If you struggle with depression, don't treat the issue lightly. Speak with your doctor about potential solutions and before discontinuing any medications. Some recommendations for creating a healthy emotional state. Quiet your soul. Make time to be still every day, even if it's for 10 minutes. The consistency is more important than the amount of time. Challenge your logic. Everything you believe is not true. Intentional mindfulness. Your focus determines what you will attract more of into your life. Be selective about what enters your mind and becomes part of your belief system. Detoxify your physical body. Motion creates emotion. Exercise has an antidepressant and anti-anxiety effect on mood. Intervals of intense stimulation increases serotonin, endorphins, and other neurochemicals that decrease anxiety and increase pleasure. Grounding releases trapped electromagnetic energy and normalizes cortisol secretion. When cortisol remains high, it contributes to sleep and mood disorders. Sunshine enhances positive mood. If you're not able to get sufficient sun regularly, then you may need to supplement with vitamin D. Give away what you need, whether it's time, emotional support, money, energy, whatever it is for you. Find an opportunity to give that to someone else. Limit your exposure to toxic people whenever possible. Notice your mood after you spend time with someone. Do you feel energized or drained? And enjoy some comic relief. Laughter is good medicine for the body and the soul. I've included a link on the handout to get you started. And if you'd like to schedule a free emotional wellness evaluation, you can contact me through masterherbalist.org. Finally, I'd like to invite you to join me in a 14-day emotional detox challenge. Simply add 2 things this week from the detox list and another 2 the following week. It's a small commitment that we can all do, and it can yield major transformation. Email your comments to me or post on Facebook whatever changes you're ready to make. I encourage you to keep the communication going so that I know what's most important to you and what changes have helped you the most. I wish you peace of mind, vitality, and authentic health always.